Okay, hello and welcome back. Remember that I'd promised to, you know, give us like a brief recap and, on how to go about some of these things that we had mentioned, some of these tools, these systems that we had mentioned, and how it will particularly be beneficial for you. Now, while trying to record this, I could recall that we had one unfinished work from Google's LM. So I think that would be a good place for us to, kickstart this quick and short lesson. Remember that we had gone to Google's Notebook LM. We had we had also gone to, the journal for science kids, and we had downloaded a particular journal just as a sample, and we had imported that journal, and it has done giving us like a summary of what that journal talks about. Remember, it doesn't have to be a journal; it could literally be articles, lesson notes for your student that you may, want, them to engage with either interactively, as the case may be. All right. So another thing I mentioned that you can have like an audio overview of the entire document that you have posted. You can have a mind map. You can see that the mind map is loading up, and in a matter of seconds, yes, the mind map is ready. You can click on it to view the mind map, and you can download this mind map for your student to use. You can add it as one of your, your lesson resources. Students can, they can think around, this mind map. It helps them, sort of gives like, you know pictorial or pictorial, overview of what, and some argue that the mind map, sticks better. All right. Now the one that was the icing on the cake that we decided to try out was, the podcast, right? So this is the podcast. We're going to listen to it now, and then remember I said the double icing on the cake is that you can even make it interactive. You can join in on that conversation. Remember that the conversation that's going on, the speakers, the host, are both generated by artificial intelligence. They are not real speakers; they are generated, and you can have, that conversation with, you know you can join in as a live listener or audience. So let's take a look at how that works.
Okay, let's unpack this. Plastic? I mean, we all know it's everywhere. Super useful stuff, obviously, but
Well, that downside is huge, right? All this trash ending up where it shouldn't, harming wildlife, taking centuries to break down. So today, we're going deep on a scientific discovery that might just offer a real solution, a different way forward for plastic waste. Think of this as your shortcut to getting up to speed based on a really key research paper. And when you think about just
Okay,
how much plastic
so we may not be able to follow the entire thing, but you already see that it's a conversation, it's a podcast, and then I'm going to join in and then ask a question based on what the article, has been talking about, or what I've heard them discuss so far.
we use every single day. I mean, food containers, pack.
And with a click of a button, I can then start the conversation and then join in at whatever
okay, let's
points that I
unpack this.
feel I want to
Plastic,
join
I
in.
mean, we all know it's everywhere. Super useful stuff, obviously, but well, the downside is huge, right? All this trash ending up where it shouldn't, harming wildlife, taking centuries to break down. So today we're going, oh wait, someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
Okay, yeah, it's an interesting topic. I'm excited, but I think I'm reading through the description now, and I'm seeing that you mentioned that there is a new way to think about, reducing plastic. Does that involve biomimicry in any way?
That is such a fantastic question. And it really gets to the heart of what makes this discovery so exciting.
Yeah, that's exactly where we're headed.
You're absolutely right to pick up on that. This new approach does involve biomimicry.
Okay, let's unpack this a little for anyone not familiar.
Biomimicry, at its core, is about looking to nature.
All right. So you see how that conversation. Now I can keep interrupting them at any point and asking question, and thinking around, the conversation on. So with this, your student can sort of that 3 page, 5 page, article or note, or reading, what's the name, discourse. They can, grasp it better because it's now, presented as a conversation. They can query the information, add more information if they want to, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to stop this for the first session for the first demo, and then remember that we still have Can Me Go and then Whisk, Google's Whisk to go. Thank you.